Okay, this is going to be a very short video that hopefully is going to provide just the highlights from today. I'm going to share the screen and hopefully you'll see the time and the day that the video is for. 2:24 p.m. on Monday, June 17. Today we had a first lecture. And what do I want to show you? My thinking is that there's nothing wrong with the lectures. They're long, 75 minutes. And if you want to watch to see what's happening, that's fine. But I should also provide a 5 to 7 minute summary on just the relevant stuff that you need to look at in case you want such a short summary to move on. So when I click here, I'm going to tell you that under every number, you have lecture notes. And this here, right here, is where the video from today has been posted. So if you click, I made a mistake. I put this under just to record it on the desktop as opposed to the cloud, so I had to post it on the YouTube. And it is on YouTube, so I go through this. You get to see a number of things. Now the highlights. So you have the video. I said I'm going to go and make a shorter version of it here. So let's scroll down to this document and say there are some problems that you will find. If you click here, there will be 4 installments. The first group of problems is about complex numbers, and the second one is about probabilities. So if you make this one big, there's a bunch of exercises, and we'll talk about them later. And there's a bunch of exercises about probabilities. So today in class, we talked about the first problem and 9. The one that we did solve was 9, okay? So I'm going to make this big and I'm going to read to you because I want to do this for you. And I say, if I wanted to do something from today, what would that be? It would be the thing that I did in Colab with Python that we need to start from tomorrow. So you roll 3 dice. What's the probability that the sum of the 3 numbers is not a prime number? And you can tell when you roll the 3 dice, the prime numbers that you can get are 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and 17. And how can you verify the answer? I'll tell you what. The actual probability is 143 over 216, and I showed this to you in class. So the question is, how do I get that probability? So I close this, and I'm going to say, if you have a Gmail account, then you have a Colab account. You can get a Colab notebook, and I'm going to take you to this place, and I'm going to get a new notebook, and then here's the brief development of the deposit. All right, I'm going to make this slightly bigger. So how do I generate, how do I randomly create the dice? This is what I do. I'm going to say dice 1 is equal to random int, and I'm going to say 16, then I'm going to print it. So I started by saying, I have several options. One, I'm going to simulate it. I don't get good results, but I get meaningful results, and they might just be in the neighborhood of the right result. Then you can actually determine the actual precise fraction. And I'm just going to do this. I'm going to tell you that if I remove this and I ask for a text entry, I'm going to say the answer apparently is, and I'm going to write down a fraction in LaTeX. And I said 143, so I put fraction 143 over 216. Why is that 216? Because I have 6 times 6 times 6. Okay, so you can see the discussion in class. And I'm going to say that, look, that's what I get if I type text. I get beautiful math to accompany my code if I want to do the code. The only thing we did today was this problem. And when you're finished, you can take this and post it. Where do you post it? You have to post it in your GitHub. So the thing that we did today, okay, is going to be here, C290. Remember, my goal is to show you something that defines the thing that is the most important for the day without necessarily showing you how I built it. Why would I show you that when you can go to the actual lecture? So I go inside the thing over here and click, and I say, some of the people that came to class today already created a GitHub account and told me what the username is, and they accepted my invitation. So I click on students, and one such person was Jack. And if I click on this, here's a folder that I created for him. And if you click on the demo, This is the thing that we developed in class. I said Monday 0617 notebook. And when I click on this, I get to see the code. This is the code that I developed. So I'm not going to do anything else now in this video because it's just supposed to be short. I developed that so I can count for a particular simulation how many times I get primes or not primes. And then I reported the fraction. And what did I tell you? I told you that the answer is supposed to be 143 over 216. So if I come over here and I want to calculate 143 over 216, this is code, right? So when I calculate this, it says 0.66. I'm supposed to get a 0.66. I just showed you how I started, but I didn't finish. This is how I finished. For 10,000 attempts, this simulation gives me a probability of 65.93. That's close enough to 66. That's how we did in class today. So you're going to say, what do I do for tomorrow? Well, first of all, try to see how else you can solve problem number nine, okay? Then see if you can solve problem number 1. What options do you have? And you could absolutely do it by pencil and paper, math, or look up answers to how exactly you could proceed, or write a program. And that's what I want you to do. There are 2 more installments, which I talked about in class, but you don't need to worry about them right now. There's a chapter of linear algebra, and then there's a chapter of syntax for quantum mechanics. And we'll get to that also. So as I'm wrapping this up, I want you to click on 18. And guess what it says? It says for tomorrow, you have to watch Terry's video. You have to locate on the website these 4 components: the book by Tommy Wong, the guide by Martin Laforêt, where's Terry's book? And I said that if you really want a hard copy, you will give you a hard copy. And then the little qubit set. This thing that you're looking at is the instructions for tomorrow, 6 June 18. And then whatever we write or whatever else I prepare for tomorrow, it's going to show up here. But that's what we did in class today with respect to 6/18, June 18. So if you click here, that's what I wrote in class as I explained. I want you to know ahead of time what the week is going to have. The week doesn't have a Wednesday because there's a federal holiday, so I wrote that here. We will try to organize our lecture so that the first 15 minutes will be questions and catching up. There will be 30 minutes of new material, and then there will be 30 minutes of lab. We don't have a lab. We just have 1 meeting per day, 75 minutes. And lab means I get to talk to somebody and I get to help them, and everybody sees that. People online or people in the room can join the Zoom and say, here, I have a problem. Can you debug that for me? That's a lab. And I said that your goal is to get a grade. If you're not a sponsored person from the Center of Quantum Technologies, which is what the high school teachers are, then you are a student and you're going to get a grade. And if you get a grade, it's going to be an average of 6 exams. The exams are interviews at the end of a week, on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, or even Monday for the week before. We get together and I talk to you about the week. Every week we'll have a highlight, a theme. You have to identify what's important. And what was important, the first lecture, for example, was this thing over here. Say, if somebody were to ask me, I would understand. This is the goal, to become literate so that for each one of the themes of the 6 weeks, you should be able to describe in well-chosen words what the whole thing was. So you click on the syllabus, and that's how you find these resources. And that's basically it. You should go in here. And I got to take this phone call, sorry. But I'm also going to stop the video, okay? So, hello? Yeah, this is Adrian.